Good morning, good morning, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my wonderful and amazing people. How on a day I greet you all and I bring you all good tidings. I greet you all in the name of God, wonderful people of God, compliment of the seasons. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. I greet you all. How you all doing? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Depends on your time, your location, your zone, whatever you call it. Good morning. Yeah, I couldn't come on yesterday, but I'm really busy. It's a busy season, and I'm going to be very busy today as well. So I just said, let me just come on and talk about this, the lessons that we all should learn from this Mohbad RIP. The lessons that we all should learn, because it's my people, this thing it don't pass us, it don't pass a lot, it passes us, let me put it that way, because we don't know what is going on. Let me put it that we don't know what is happening, because all the corona inquests have been cancelled. Every corona inquest that is supposed to be coming on is cancelled. So we really don't know where this case is going. So I just want to make a little talk a little bit of the lessons that we all should learn, or that this Mohbad demise, something that every one of us should pick from it. And also talk about our giveaway. We're also able to do hi my beautiful wife Deborah, thank you for joining. We're also able to do bless a widow. Like I told you, normally I don't do that on social media. I've been doing that for years now. I've lost count of the years that I've been doing the widow's mite and single mothers. I do it every year. So we're able to do for widows, and we're still going to do some more as the Spirit leads, as we are able to, as God leads us to do it. So that we don't bring on social media at all. Anyway, but I just felt I should make the announcement still. So my people, thank you, Peace, Deborah. Thank you, my sister. Thank you for joining. My babies, thank you for joining. So yeah, this Mohbad demise should teach us, all of us, especially us parents, we should learn one or two lessons from it, because like right now it's looking as if Mohbad is not going to get justice. That's the way I see it. I might be wrong. It's looking as if Mohbad is not going to get justice at all. Is it because his father is poor? Or is it because his father is poor? We can say that, because if his father was a billionaire or somebody that matters in the society, I don't think Mohbad's RIP would be treated the way it's going. The father released a tribute to him, and you see a lot of people are just talking as if, oh, this is what the man wanted. The man wanted to take his son's destiny. They are forgetting that before the man even born Mohbad, the man has always been, Mohbad, Mr. Aloba himself has always been a musician. According to Mohbad himself, he said he used to be a backup singer for his father. That was what he said. That was what he told us. He said he used to be a backup singer for his father. So I don't know why people are saying that his father was jealous of his own son. That is crazy and weird when people talk about things like that. So, and I just felt that this Mohbad RIP should teach every one of us a lesson, especially if you are a parent, whether you are divorced or you are separated from your spouse. Please share and like so that people can join us. Whether you are divorced or you are married or you are a single parent, it's very important that we don't lose sight of our children, what they do at all times, the kind of people they hang out with. You know, I mean, I could understand that divorce or separation definitely affects children. You know, it affects children one way or the other. Hey, last born of the house, how you doing? I greet you especially, my sister. You know, it doesn't matter whether you are separated or divorced, you're single parents, you know, one way or the other. Even when couples are married, say whether the father and mother is there, it still have a little effect. It still have some effects on the children when the children are not properly brought up. You know, no woman can love your child the way you do, or love your children the way you do, or their father. There's what is called a fatherly love and a motherly love. Father love is different from mother love. You know, this Mohbad issue or Mohbad's demise, you know, the father was the only one that was there for him. His mother was nowhere to be found. It's not that we are making these things up. This is what the boy sang. He sang it by himself. I noticed one thing about Mohbad's songs that I didn't know him before. I didn't know his songs. I'm not going to lie. But now that after his demise, the plays music now and I listen, you find the boy tells stories. The boy is constantly telling stories. You know, the boy tells stories of what happened, the natural things, his life history, his true life. And when he was asked on a podcast that he went, he said that his father told him that it is good for him to tell his stories in a song, you know, that he should express himself through his songs. And the boy was really good at doing that. He was very good at telling his stories. So a father love, no matter what, your father love, the love that your father will give to you is different from the love of a mother. When I say no woman can love your child like their father or their mother, it is a fact. There is family love, but for that woman to be the mother, especially if that woman is not a family, is different. It's different. No stepmother can love your child the way you love your children. That is why even as a parent, because there are some parents that the mothers, right, the father they will take the children from their mother, maybe because the woman is not capable of taking care of the children. But that doesn't mean that the woman should not go see or go visit the children and see the welfare of the children. You know, when situations like that happens and the woman is, it's like left with no other option, please, I appeal to you, women, my gender, always go and see your children. You don't have to be rich, or just go advise them, talk to them. They just want to see you and hear your advice. Maybe if Mohbad his mother was visiting frequently, or when she's going to the market or so, she just take a bus and just stop and say, I'm just stopping to see my children. You don't have to bring your children. And just impart some lessons into them. That will go a long way with them. Don't ever, as parents, whether you're a father or you're a mother, both parents, don't ever abandon your children. Because when you do that, you are leaving them for scavengers. You are leaving them for the streets. You are leaving them for peer pressures. You are leaving them for negative influencers to come and influence them. You know, it's not that they are not going to learn the negative things from outside, but when they learn it and they come home with it, and you are there, or you are constantly speaking in their ears, that you are going to encounter this outside, but make sure you don't do it, because when you do it, this is the consequences of those negative impacts. There are consequences that comes with such negative impacts. So that is why we should constantly be a mouth in our children's ear, whether they like to hear it or they don't like to hear it, whether you continue to repeat it, make it a repetition, and they keep saying, oh, mommy, you have started again, or daddy, you have started again. Just keep doing it, because a time will come in their life that when they are in that situation, they will be hearing that your voice in their head, like, oh, mommy used to tell me this. So they will actually be thinking that maybe you are there looking at them. That is why you see a lot of children that their parents always tell them that this thing, you are constantly on them. Constantly on them. Everything, success is not all about money. They are successful in life. You don't have to be a billionaire to be successful. You can live a normal life, a normal and quiet and crime-free life, and knowing God, and you know God. You are very successful at that. You have peace. The most important thing of it all, is having peace. Peace with yourself, peace with people around you, and that peace that you have is the peace of God. You know, when you do that, all those scavengers, all those bad influencers, even when the children see it or they hear it or they are around the environment that those things are being done, you find out that they have self-control. You know, they have self-control. They are able to say no where that no is necessary. They are able to say yes where that yes is necessary. They are even able sometimes to discourage their friends that is bringing that negative behavior or act to them. Sometimes they are able to talk such friends out, because you imparted that, there's an impact that you already instilled in your child. You know, that's one of the main reasons why we should not abandon our children. You know, because you don't know who they are going to dine with. You don't know who they are going to be, who that devil is out there, who that enemy is out there that they will be dining with in the future. So when you impart those advice or culture or knowledge or whatever I will call it into them, so when that fire comes, or when that hole come, or when they get to that bridge, let me use that word, they will know how to how to jump that bridge. They will know how to walk on that tiny bridge, on that tiny rope, or that tiny wood on that bridge, so that they don't fall. Or they will know how to take the pot off the stove so they don't burn their fingers. So it is it is good, and better for us to constantly speak and not abandon our children. Whether we are living with them or you are separated, whatever the situation is, it is very important that we build a relationship. We have a relationship with our children. You know, and another point I want to make is that sometimes people say, yeah, you cannot be with the children all the time. Sometimes you have to let them fly. Where are they flying to? They will have the rest of their lives to fly when they reach their adulthood. You know what psychologists say? They say that, they always say, I'm 18, I'm matured now, I'm an adult. No, your brain is not developed until you are 25. I'm not the one that's saying it. It's the researchers and psychologists. Until you are 25, your brain is actually not matured. So every decision you take from that age 18 to 25, yeah, you're actually gambling with your life as a young adult. You're actually gambling with your life. That is why we should constantly be in the ears of our children. It is very important. People say it is better to wait for God's time. Sometimes let them just let God direct them. Yes, as you are praying and you are waiting for God's time, you are also talking, so they don't go fall into the lion's den. As you are praying, you are talking to God, you are still talking to them, and let them explore on their own, and make sure you have a relationship with them. Be in a relationship with your children. Ask them, how is your day? Some of us, our parents did not bring us up that way, because during our time when we were growing up, the world, the social media world, or it wasn't it's not like the way it is now during our own time. And you can imagine our parents then, they kept talking to us. They consistently spoke to us. They never stopped. We used to think that, they talk too much. But we are grateful that they did. Those of us that listened, we are grateful that they did, because if we didn't, now only God knows where people like us for day, if we didn't listen to our parents. At the time, we're like, we're not, but there are some things we would have done that we would have loved to do. You go hear that your mama voice, you go hear your papa voice for you go say, I can't do this so. Because you always felt that your parents will know. And even then at the time, you will do some things and you come home, your parents will know. And you'll be wondering, how did this woman know? Honestly, maybe they were just making it up that they knew then, but actually, you find out that maybe that thing that you did at the time, they knew. And because they would tell you, or through advice or speaking to you, they know. And always try to tell your children that it is not everything that guilt us that is good. Especially this our generation, this Gen Z. And especially the fake life they see on social media. Everything is blink. Everything is glittering on social media. It's not everything that guilt us that is good. Most of the things that guilt us most of the time, and the things that actually lead these young people into something they actually didn't plan to get themselves involved in. Parenting, as we parent, we learn. Nobody can tell you that there's a book, a complete book that is 100% have the rules and regulations of, this is me now. This is point one. I have to do this now. No. As you parent your children, as you guide your children, you're learning. You learn from your own mistakes even. The mistakes you made with your first child, you will not make that mistake with your second child. Parents Parenting is something that is so intentional. It's so intentional in the sense that it is something that you are very involved in. It's so intentional that there are things that normally, as when you were single, you will not do, that you find yourself doing it. Um, you perform some how do I say it now? Some roles. Yes, you perform some roles that are very demanding, that you have to give up some things that normally you would do for yourself, for your child. You know, that is what I meant by it's very intentional, because of the roles that you take, the performance, the things that you do for your children, because it is a very demanding role and should not be taken for granted. When you check on your children, when you hold, please share and like, so that we know those people that we are still doing our giveaway. We're still doing our giveaway. Like I said, we did widows. So we're still good. Hopefully, God will bless us and we'll continue to do it till the 25th, 26th. It's this season is a Christmas season, and is a season of this is a season of giving. So it's not a whole lot. Whatever we have, something little, just to give to somebody to put a smile on their face. It's not that what we are giving to them is going to buy them a car or buy them a house or enable them to start, No, it's something just to tell them, just to show that, they are loved, because God is love. Yeah, so let's go back to a lesson to be learned from this Mohbad demise. Because I believe there's so much a single father can do, especially when that single father is now married to another woman, and that woman is having children, and these other stepchildren are there. Of course, the other woman, she's going to pay more attention to her children. She's going to dedicate, oh, thank you so much. She's going to dedicate more attention, more love to her children than the children of the other woman. What happened to Mohbad happened, and I'm so grateful to Mohbad and his father that they did not keep this deep family secret to themselves. They brought it out to the public so that the public will learn. So that the public can learn, because there are so many of Mohbads out there in the community, in the society. There are so many of Mr. Aloba himself out there. There are so many single women, single men that are raising children out there, that the other partner, they just abscond. They just leave, without even coming to check on the children. You don't have to have money to come by and say hello to your children. So I'm really grateful to them. I'm really grateful. A lot of people might not see that this is an awareness that it's an awareness to a lot of single parents, and those parents that abandon their children. Hopefully they will make a U-turn, make a turnaround, and go back and, start to get involved, having a relationship with their children. Parenting, like I said earlier, is very demanding. It's very, very demanding. When you are there, because you might have to go to work and you are a single parent, and these children, you have to probably leave them with your house help or somebody, or they go to school. Let's even assume you are not working, you are home, or you have the business in front of your house, but they have to go to school, and they learn these things from their peers in school. So when you are home, or when you constantly see them, even if it's once a week, once a month, at least once a month, they see you and you advise them, you talk to them, be their pastor, be their teacher. Because as a mother, as a parent, whether you are a father, you are a mother, you are their teacher, you are their friend, you are their mentor, you are the first person that they see. So the more reason as a parent why we should be very involved in our children's life. We should be very involved in our children's life. Look at Mohbad. Even after everything, there's a song, one of the songs he sang. He said his father is a pastor. I don't know how to sing it now, but I can tell you, I can, say the words. He said his father, it's a pastor's son, is not taking the substance, and his father borrowed money to send him to school, but he was not going to class. So that tells a lot about him, about his struggles. He himself faced a lot of demons in his life. A lot of demons he faced, and he battled those demons. There's another one that he was telling his father to pray for him. He probably was tired of the life he was living. Maybe that was why he left the Malians. He wanted to be by himself. Maybe. Nobody knows. Because he was just tired of that life. He wanted to start all over. According to the news out there, this concert that he had that eventually led to him being RIP was the first concert that he had to do after he broke away from the Malian record. So listening to his music and by everything that has happened to him, we can say probably this boy faced a lot of demons, even with all the tapes he was making, and posting and asking for help, writing to the police and all that. You can say, yes, that this boy he fought a battle himself. He was fighting this battle that was bigger than him. He had nobody. He had nobody. And he kept saying in his song that, he will break through these people, that he was going to overcome. That was his belief. A 26-year-old man. Remember what psychologists say. Your brain is not fully matured until you are 25. So you can imagine, his father said he was with him till he was 18 years old. So you can imagine the battles this guy faced himself from 18 until he was 26. Until his brain was matured. That was when he was able to take the decision to break away from the Malians record. Let's assume he had somebody like Burna Boy. Burna Boy's mother, is that Burna Boy, right? I hope I'm right. Because these people, I don't really follow them. He's the one that his mother is always following him everywhere. Let's assume that he had a mother figure that stood gidigba with him, followed him everywhere, even if he was abusing these substances. And his mother will say, okay, that is enough. You can imagine, let me digress a little bit. Imagine when this American girl, Anita, what's her name? Anita somebody, I can't remember her last name. When she said she was pregnant for Davido, and so on and so forth. And people were talking, oh, Davido again, this, and so many other women were saying all that nonsense that they were saying. What did Davido's sister do? She made herself available in Davido's life. And she began to travel with Davido to make sure she was like, if those girls were going into Davido's room after show, after they have taken everything they have taken, he makes sure she was there. And as a matter of fact, when those ladies, when they see herself, they will not even come near Davido. So when you have somebody, it doesn't have to be a female. You have somebody in your life that checkmates you, that checkmates everything you do. I'm not saying you will have the child will have it 100% too, but you will be able to, to stop at least 50 to 70% of the troubles that child would have gotten himself or herself into. Probably that's why we don't hear negative things about Burna Boy, because his mother is always by his side. So as a parent, I just appeal to all of us, every one of us, including myself, that we should always be there. Always be there. Always talk. Talk. Like my baby sister would say, she would say, God give us mouth to talk. It's true. God gave us this mouth to talk. And when we talk with this our mouth, we make sure that when we speak positive things. Let the positiveness come out of our mouth. The positive impact, we impart it in our children. Mohbad tried. He actually did well. He did good. His father did good, even without the mother figure. No matter how your father tried, a mother figure in your life is very, very paramount. It's very important. A woman figure. That is why you see they always say, men get married, you need a woman in your life, you need a woman. For the fact that the woman will give you children. A woman figure in a man's life, in your children's life, is very paramount. It's something that all of us should never take for granted. Please share. Please share to your group so that this lesson, this whole thing that is playing out, I hope that Nigerians, the world, every one of us will learn from what happened to Mohbad. And we pray that no parents or no child will go through what this young man went through in his lifetime. This short time that he lived. We pray that no young man will go through pain, the torture that he went through in the hands of those alleged people that tortured him. We pray that that our young children, young people out there, don't go through what Mohbad went through. Parenting, people will say poverty is a bastard. I said that earlier, that if Mohbad's father was a billionaire, or let not even say he's a billionaire, or it was up to some standard in the society, is somebody that, we go say we're all inside. But we're all inside small. There would have been people that are still working. Probably would have been behind bars. People that would have been arrested, that are still out on the streets. Probably they would have been arrested. Because Mohbad's father, with his money and the connection that he would have had, the man go use them to make sure that his son gets justice. But because everybody's the people are looking at Mohbad, Mr. Aloba, that he doesn't have anything, he doesn't have connection. But the man, one thing they are forgetting that is that this man have God. That's why I said poverty is a bastard. Or if He was in a country of laws where the law does not respect anybody. The investigation, the investigation wouldn't have, I don't know what's going on out there, but it just looks as if the investigation is halted, it stopped. There's no moving back or moving forward. All we just hear is postpone, postpone. Nobody's coming out to give out press conferences or to give updates. It's just put all the corona inquest after Wumi's mother, Adura, and Wumi's father. Every other inquest, corona inquest is postponed indefinitely because no date is given. Or maybe I'm wrong. No date is given. You know, I know a lot of people are saying January 13th or March 13th or February, whatever date they are saying, next year. Are we sure that on that day there's going to be any inquiry? Are we sure about that? If they have the mind to just postpone indefinitely without giving us update, notifying the citizens, the public, giving the public any updates on the issue, what makes us, the public, now think that come next year, there's going to be any inquiries? You know, we just have to keep praying that we would have justice for Mohbad. And I pray to God that this young man, that God will give him justice. If it does not get justice, I mean, here on earth, in the normal way of the law, if it doesn't get justice, maybe God, I pray that God, you know, they said, leave judgment for God. I pray that if it is people that have anything to do with his demise, I pray that God will judge those people. That's just my prayer for them. But that's not the reason why we're here. We're here to talk about the lessons that we all as parents should take from the demise of Mohbad. You know, it's also, it's like they say, when you fight and you know you are not capable of ending the fight that day, you leave that fight for another day. So that the other day when you meet that fight in the future, you will be able to stand and not abandon your responsibilities. You'll be able to stand to make sure you fight that fight to the end. I still believe that if Mohbad's mom was very involved in Mohbad's life, there are so many things that happened in Mohbad's life that would not have happened. That is the belief that I have. I could be wrong. For that child, for this young man to sing that he didn't see his mother for 10 years plus, you will know that this young man was in pain. He was pained inside. 10 years. Some people say it's more than 10 years. He didn't see his mother in that Lagos. And they are in that Lagos together. You know, see mama. Ah, my gender. My gender now, wow. It's not that the woman is in a different state. In that same Lagos. So we may get might shall. You know? I know a man, it's not easy for a man to be a single father. Because the things, you see, men are strong. That's why they say their muscularity. Women are feminine. Men are very strong, right? So men are, they are built that way by God. because their muscularity, they use it to focus on a thing. Women, they are feminine, they are very feminine. They are able to multitask. Men are not built to multitask. Women are built to multitask. That is why you see a woman is cooking, she's taking care of a child, she's talking on the phone, she's cooking stew, cooking egusi soup, cooking moi moi, washing and dishes, and taking care of a child. And at the same time, she's on the phone talking. Women are built to multitask. Men are not built by God to multitask. Men are built with power. That is why you see that when a man, a single parent man, works harder, especially when they are married to another woman, they work extra hard to take care of the children that the first wife left, their marriage, not to displease the second woman, the second wife, the madam of the first lady of the house now. So that the first, we women now, we don't know as we be. We say, hey, you're taking side with your children, because not be me born now. So you find out that the man works harder to please his wife, his new wife, and also to please his children, that their mother is no longer with them. And the man will have to go to work. Then you find out that the men, most of the time, they choose. Some men will choose their women and let the stepmother maltreat the children. You guys all heard what Mohbad said, what Mohbad's father, Mr. Aloba himself, said on BBC Pidgin English News. He said when the wife asked him to choose, he told his wife that he was going to choose his 3 children. Because Mohbad's mother abandoned the 3 children and left with him. So that was how that woman that Mohbad sang about, that was maltreating them, left. Because his father was wise. He chose his children over the woman. You find out some men, they will choose the woman. It's not that it's going to drive the children away from the house. The children will still be in the house. But the woman will be maltreating the children. Because the man already chose the wife, the woman. So he'll be like, not able to do anything. That is why it is harder on the men, especially when they are in a second marriage. So they themselves, their mental health is important. So they try to create a balance between their second marriage and their children, and their first married children, if I put it that way, or children from the first marriage. So my people, we should try as much as possible. This whole thing is everything that I've been talking since for about 10-20 minutes now, has to do with being involved in your children's life, having a relationship in your children's life, whether child 1, 2, 3, whatever amount of children you have that relationship. Question every of their mind thinking, your mindset, not just movement, not just going out and coming in, or just the friends they have. Get involved with what they want to do, what they want to become. Advise them. We are no longer our parents. We are better than our parents. When I mean better than our parents, with civilization, that's what I meant. Because a lot of things that we are previewed to, that we are opportuned to have or see, most of our parents or our parents' parents did have that opportunity. Most of the things that were, especially For example, let me just take the common one. Phones, cell phones. Even when there were land phones in Nigeria back in the days, the land phone were for mainly only you go to rich people's home. That's when you see land phones. Because they were the ones that were able to afford those phones. But now everybody have cell phone, even the market woman. Everybody have phones. So that's what I meant by what we are privy to, what the society gave to us. You know, what we are enjoying now. A lot of our parents did not enjoy that. So the more reason why we should be very, very, very involved in our children's life. Because, my people, it is not all that guilters that is good, though. Everything that you see now on social media is fake. Fake life. Fake life. Fake life. You know, people do things and post it online, all because they want to pepper somebody, and that person they want to pepper, we actually see it and think that that thing that person is posting is real. They will not go and do things that ordinarily they will not do. Something very bad or terrible. They will go and do it. That will have consequences on them. You know? So these are the things that we should be telling our children. Like, this life is this, you're going to face this. You're going to see the good. You're going to see the bad. You're going to see the ugly. My people, please try to be your child's advocate. Try to be your child's friend. Have a good relationship with your children. It doesn't matter. Have a relationship. A good relationship with your children. Be involved in their life. Be very involved in their life. Know what they do. Who their friends are. Where they go. Where they are coming from. What their plans are. Acknowledge their feelings. Know what they are feeling at a certain time. I'm sure a lot of us were on social media. You all saw the 25-year-old Nigerian living in America with her mother, and she said her mother was getting too involved in what is going on in her life, because all this is all about religion, because she chose to go into another religion. Her mother is a Christian, and her mother started calling her demon, that she's a demon or she was worshiping the demon and so on and so forth. That was what all that shenanigan, all that quarrel that she started videoing and posting it on social media is. Acknowledge your child's feelings. I believe if that mother, if she had approached it in a different way, it wouldn't have blown out of proportion, and her daughter videoing her, and people are bashing her daughter. Some are bashing her daughter, some are bashing her, and it's all over social media. When you acknowledge your child's feeling, you listen to their complaints, understand where they are coming from. Even if you don't agree with them at that time, just agree with them to keep that sanity and reassure them that they should have an open mind. Have an open mind. Like psychologists said, your brain is not developed until you're 25. I bet you what that girl did in another 5-10 years from today, because she said she's 25, she's going to regret it. She's going to feel bad. She said in the interview, one of the interviews that she did, that she didn't have a relationship with her father, and she was angry. But her father is the understandable one. Apologize, listen to her. You know, so now she sees a mother that is You know, she's trying to, there are some children that when you talk to them, they might feel, because of our culture, you know, maybe we yell, we shout, we want to use power and all that. There are other methods you can choose to use. Approach, acknowledge their feelings. Like she said that was all she wanted. A mother to just acknowledge and listen to her. You don't say, oh no, you must do this, you must do this. Sometimes you just have to acknowledge your child's feeling. Show them you understand and reassure them that, you know, that there's help. And see, when you are telling them, then you start to, when you acknowledge their feelings, you are reassuring them, you acknowledge them and say, okay, I understand. Then that thing, that culture that you want to instill in them, that's when you throw your 1 point in. You gently throw it in and they will listen. Because they will not say, oh, mommy or daddy, listen to my perspective. They are listening to me. You know, they have empathy. They are listening to what I'm saying. I just show them that you respect them. That they have mutual respect. That you have it for them. They will listen. The next time they have anything, they will now have a relationship. That trust, they will now build it with you as a parent. So we should try to have this love relationship. Try as much as possible to create a loving relationship, a loving environment for your children. You don't have to be a billionaire. You don't have to be rich. I will say God is love, right? And I always say, I think it's 1 John also, 1 John 8 or something, I can't remember. It says that, how can you say you love God that you have not seen if you don't love your neighbor and you don't love your neighbor? You are loving something that you have not seen and you say, I love God. First of all, love your children. Let me tell you people, one thing that God created on planet Earth when he was creating the heavens and the earth is family. A loving environment. See the beautiful Garden of Eden that God created for Adam and Eve. A loving environment for the family of Adam and Eve until they mess us up. You know, try to create that loving environment, even with the little you have. Create it for your children, for your child. You know, build a trusting relationship. Create time, set up time to talk. Listen to your children's dream. Let them tell you what they want to become. Then you advise them on that path. I am sure if Mohbad's mother was available and Mohbad told him, Mohbad's mother, of course, knows that Mohbad's father was a musician, a carpenter. If he had said, oh, I'm going to be singing, I want to be a musician just like that, the mother would have been able to advise him. You know that being a musician, that industry is full of substance abuse. I'm sure that's why Burna Boy's mother is constantly with him. Because they have different kinds of substance abuse out there. They mix it up. I'm sure Mohbad's mother, if she was very present in Mohbad's life, he would have said, you know, my son, this line, this profession you have chosen to embark on, you know what comes with it. It comes with a lot of drug abuse. It comes with a lot of this. It comes with a lot of that. I need you to know who you are as a child of God. I don't want to discourage. You see, Mohbad was the same person that was still bringing himself to God. Because he knew that that's his foundation. He knew where it was coming from. He fought, he derailed, he still bring himself. No, I be church boy. I be pastor pikin. I need to go back to God. He was doing it himself. So when you have that relationship, you set up time to talk with your children. You create that and you listen to them. And they tell you their goals, their set goals in life and their dreams. Then you throw in that little advice there. So when they are on that path that they are setting up for themselves, and they come across those things, you tell them, they will hear the voice. They will hear your voice at that time. Oh, mommy actually said that this profession is full of these things. It's full of substance abuse. It's true, I'm saying it. Then he will then remember your voice and have some self-control. He might not have the self-control totally. Then he will have some self-control. He will not let loose completely. That is what having a relationship with your children can do for your child. Be honest. Be honest with your children from the get-go. Don't lie to them. Tell them the truth. That if you do this, it has some consequences. If you do this, this is the gain. We should be truthful to our children. Let us not paint it as if or lie to them. Let me put it that way. Be truthful. Remember that the children will leave you one day. So when you do all this for them, when I mean leave you, they will leave and get married and start their own family. And everything, every good, positive vibes or positive thing word that you impart on them, they will transfer it to their own children. And it will continue to grow from one generation to another generation. Please, my people, share. You know, this a lesson learned from Mohbad's demise is, if we want to talk about it, it's a very broad topic that I think a lot of us should be talking about. Why it is important to have a good relationship with your children, why it is important not to abandon your children. And I mean, life happens. If life happens that, like I said from the beginning, when I started, if life happens that you are not with your children, you are not the one that have the custody of your children, you are not the one that is taking care of your children. Let's assume your husband, have the children, or your wife now have the children. That doesn't mean that you still cannot have a relationship or build a positive relationship with your children. You can still build that relationship, that time, even if it's one day a week, one day in a month. Those children will be looking forward to it. Daddy is coming so day of the month. Mommy is coming so day of the month. And you all will tell stories. You will laugh. And you will impart knowledge, culture into them. With that, you are building a secure relationship with your children. You are building their future. You are building their generation, because it is that which you impart in them that they will grow with and also pass on to their children. And it continues that way. My people, before this video, before it becomes so long, please, should be, make a list. Those people that shared, please share so that we can give you what we have for Christmas. Please share and like and indicate when you share and like so that we'll know those that shared. So my people, so let me not take your time. But just remember, The keynote that all of us we should take from this and the lesson, we must have a relationship, build a good relationship with our children, or you can call it a balanced relationship, positive relationship, positive vibes. So let me put it that way. Impart positiveness into your children. Listen to them. Acknowledge whatever they are telling you. Acknowledge the fact that you hear them. Acknowledge their feelings. Reassure them that you understand them. You understand what they are going through. You understand their pain. Trust me, every generation is different. Don't think that because you were able to handle that crisis that your child should be able to handle it. No. This Gen Z, they are different. Generation Y, they have different kinds of generation. We're all different. Our parents' generation is different. Our parents' our grandparents' generation is different. So reassure them. Mutual respect. Make your children understand that, oh, I understand and I respect your opinion. Have a good communication with them. Let them know what their choices will bring, the negative, whatever choices they are making. I think I've said that before. Let them know the consequences of the negative choices they are making. You know, and stay consistent when you are talking with your children. In that relationship that you are having with your children, be consistent. Consistency is the key. So, my people, let us, end it here. Let me end this stream, because if I continue to talk like this today, I will keep on going. And this thing will be, I don't like when the life is too long, because of people that don't have enough data to watch the whole thing, so they can watch, and whatever they can grab from it, they will take it. So please share and like. We'll still continue this tomorrow. I might come back on live today if I'll be very busy today. If I get back in the evening and I'm not too tired, I'll probably come back on live. I might post 1 or 2 videos also. But please share and like, and hopefully we all learn 1 or 2 things from this Mohbad's demise. And I pray God that, that Mohbad find justice. Because this young man, it just seems as if it's short time on earth. He worked for people. He lived for people. He never really enjoyed the life that, that God gave him. He worked for people. Now that he demised, we cannot see the number of people that lived with him, that he was feeding, he was paying at 25, 26. So please, my people, I hope we learn 1 or 2 things from this young man there too. It's very painful, and I can only imagine, because I don't know what his parents are going through. I can only imagine what his parents are going through, and I pray that God will console them. I pray that Mohbad gets justice, and I pray that Nigerians, that we keep pushing. No going back. Keep pushing positively, not negatively. I don't like it where people want to instigate stuff, anything negative, the people to do. No, we can always get justice in a calm and positive way. As long as we know what we're doing, we can get justice from Mohbad. So, my people, thank you all for staying with me. Like I said, let me end the live stream. We'll continue again maybe later today or tomorrow. And please share so you can get the little thing we have for Christmas. Thank you, my people. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. And it's Friday. Have a blessed weekend. Bye.